Okay, recording. We are live.
Gosh, I missed the PlayStation
I
2
love the
sound.
PS2 startup screen, man.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I just missed the noise. Oh, wait, here comes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just glad this PS2 Slim. Oh, also, hello, people. I got the introduction.
Oh
Hi,
yeah, that's right.
I'm
There's
Admiral
people here.
Bismarck. This is my friend
I am.
Hero.
I'm just a hero. I'm holding out for a hero. Okay, I won't say.
Oh, what a great start.
I, I I
Welcome.
literally was like, I'm not going to make any song
Yeah, I'm
references.
not gonna make any song reference. Copyright strike.
No, I didn't really sing it or anything. I
You're
quoted
fine.
something.
It
How's
doesn't
that?
count if it's like only like 1 second or I mean there's no it, it's all good. Just but yeah, welcome to our or my play technically this is a let's play of Ace Combat 4 Shattered Skies. I'm gonna let this intro go forth because it's a really good intro, honestly. And also, fun fact about this intro is what I think after you beat the campaign, it depends on what plane you played last, it will actually change on this loading screen. So if you played, I don't know, for instance, the F4 Phantom the last, it would actually be on this
Yeah.
little cool loading screen after you beat the game. Which is honestly a really cool
See,
touch they
yeah,
added.
I I like when a game like I don't know if you could call it a reward, but like basically recognizes what you like played throughout the
Oh
game, and
yeah.
then like you see that reflected once you've beaten it.
Oh yeah. Because this game is very rewarding. Because this was like one of the earliest games I ever beat, like ever, in like my entire gaming lifetime, pretty much. Because this came out
So
in
did you
like
beat it when?
2001.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you beat it the year it came out? Were you
No,
5
I
years
was
old?
like only. God, I wait. What was I? 6 years old?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
Yeah, because I can't. Well, yeah. Well, we were both 6 years old because you and me are literally both the same age. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
But straight up, yeah. God, oh god, I feel old saying that fucking shit. It's like, oh god, I was only 6 when this game came out. And
You know what? I realized when I at work, I am like one of the older people,
oh,
but then I meet someone who's older than
I'm like
me,
the youngest at
and
my
they're like,
at my
"You're,"
work
they're
right
like,
now.
"You're not old," and I'm like, "You're right, I'm not," but I feel like I am.
Yeah, this is another thing about this game is so old. Remember when the triangle button used to be the back button for a lot of games?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
that's how
yes,
old this game is. I was just like, oh god,
yes, I
the
remember
triangle
that.
button's the back because it's circle on the PS5 and everything.
Yeah, it's circle for everything else. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, it's so
god.
fucking. Oh, and you can another cool thing about this game because not a lot of old PS2 games did this is that you can actually change the screen ratio and such. Or you can change it from
Yeah,
4:3,
69.
but it doesn't. If I did that, it doesn't really change anything on the recording, so I'm just gonna keep it 5:3, and then of course captions on
Gotcha.
HUD unit. Of course, we're gonna do in a American measurements because that's how they do it in the
America.
dialogue. Because they literally there's a part where it's like go below 2,000 feet, and I'm like, what if I'm not using
I mean,
feet though?
I was raised in the American public education. I don't know what a meter is.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
What is kilometer? What's a Celsius besides like an energy
I mean,
drink?
I know
You
what
know.
Celsius is because I had to learn that in college. It was so annoying. But anyway, yeah, let's start new game. I usually just play these on normal because honestly, sometimes these are just as hard on normal because this is an old PS2 game, so normal was just kind of like medium difficulty by
Normal was
default.
actually some shit.
Hard isn't horrible on this, but there's even a difficulty you unlock if you beat this all the missions and get S rank on them on hard, and it's called like, well, technically in the later games they call it ace difficulty, but I think they would call this like master difficulty in this one, but I can't remember those. So because very easy is just dumb. It's baby difficulty. Easy is just like if you're just
Minor.
beginning, like easy is okay, and then normal is just like if you just want like, I mean it's got the right amount of difficulty for normal in opinion. For like it says, level
Very,
of difficulty is suitable for average players, which is perfectly what it says. So,
I say very, very easy is like the
oh wait, there's a cutscene. Hold on.
casual. Nope.
Sorry, I forgot it starts one right after you select it.
I was just a child when the stars fell from the skies. But I remember how they built a cannon to destroy them. And in turn, how that cannon brought war upon us. War was an abstract idea.
Another thing, there's not really... The
TV.
cutscenes are all, like, cel-shaded images in
As
this.
a child, I only saw it as something
Which is an
happening
interesting
some
way they
faraway
tell the
land.
story in this, to be honest.
Until that final day of summer. One day while on my way to school, I looked up in the skies. A sound like distant thunder. In the blue skies far above me, contrails drew dizzying circles around in a crazy waltz.
Oh, they made a heart.
I was like,
A
oh,
battle
look,
in the beautiful
heart,
skies
even though
far
they're
away.
fighting each other.
I could not tear my gaze away from
Oh, they
them.
love each other.
Oh, it's
Peace.
fair in love and war, right? Oh, God.
All right, literally.
Definitely.
America.
As if to graze the hills
And that is
and
the
streak past
Sukhoi
me. The
37,
fighters played the
which is a
cannonballs
Russian
in
plane,
turn as they
but
climbed
there's no
swiftly into the
there's
sky.
no
Oh.
IRL
One
nationalities in
plane
this because
fell
it's
out
in
of
a
the
fictional
skies,
world
spiraling
anyway,
and spewing
so
orange flames to crash by the Cape.
it's called Strange Real, hence the name. Strange,
The same
but yet
Cape
real.
where my family lived.
oh shit, I forgot about that.
Clever.
Now they only live in my memories of days past.
Yeah, that's a fucked up thing. It's like, oh,
The victor circled around to confirm the
the
kill.
guy shot down the plane ended up
And
on
on
the
his
kid's
craft,
house, and now
there
he's
was
an
a large
orphan.
number 13
Does he
emblazoned
become
in
Batman?
yellow. I will never forget this.
Yeah, no, it's
The Allies retreated across the ocean before
what-
the onslaught of the enemy.
I've seen comparisons. It's like, okay, the country that's invading is called Erugia.
Our little town in the
and
heart of the
I would
Oh,
say
Erugia?
Erugia. Yeah. And
okay.
I would compare them to, I wouldn't say the Nazis because they're not like xenophobic or anything. I would kind of compare them to like fascist Italy, but if fascist Italy was actually competent and actually invading people, kind of thing.
4 years after the planetfall of the Ulysses 1994 XF04 asteroid.
Oh yeah, straight up that year, some
the
asteroid
Erusian weapon of mass destruction
thing,
was originally built
or
to
like
shoot down
asteroid
asteroids.
phenomenon. Well, I'll just let it
Upon
explain
discovering
itself.
its
But yeah,
potential as an anti-aircraft weapon, the Erusians ruled the skies over the mainland. The ISAF's attempts to destroy Stonehenge through airstrikes failed.
yeah, the Stonehenge.
The
and
Triforce?
As a result, strategic
The
positions
Triforce.
on the mainland were lost.
No, not the
This in turn
Triforce.
forced ISAF to evacuate from
Well,
the
I've never
east
played a
coast to
Zelda
North
game,
Point.
so I wouldn't know.
It's all
ISAF
good.
GHQ
But this is
was removed
ISAF,
from
which
the main
is
combat forces at
Independent
North Point.
States
However, the
Air
Erusians
Forces?
control most
No,
parts of the mainland,
they just
Yeah.
said
and
it.
they have
I'm
forward
stupid. They might have
deployed
just said
bombers to
it.
Wrigley Air
but-
Base, a former ISAF facility.
It's a
I mean,
mixture of
that's
these
what I would
smaller
guess
nations.
will attempt to deal a
Basically, it's
lethal
kinda like
blow
the
to
United
ISAF
Nations,
North
kind of,
Point from
in
this
this
strategic
universe.
position.
But Stonehenge was this giant weapon system that was developed to shoot fucking asteroids from space that were falling to the Earth. They're giant.
Oh gosh,
they're-
we're already.
You see that giant circle? That's the range of Stonehenge.
Enemy agents
Oh,
destroyed
what?
our early
Yeah,
airways,
that's the firing range of
allowing
Stonehenge.
air bombers to penetrate our airspace.
Saying Stonehenge and firing range is ridiculous.
They're giant rail guns, by the way.
Oh my god.
And they basically Erugia captured it, weaponized it, and they're kind of like think of like the Flak 88 in World War II, that big ass gun used to shoot down airplanes and shit. Imagine that turned into like a fucking rail gun, but it is designed to like destroy asteroids, but they modified it to just shoot down like squadrons of airplanes from the sky at once.
Jeez, it's like a really crazy version of AA.
Yeah, that's why they've like dominated this continent, because they've just, as soon as air control is gone from the Allies, what the hell are you gonna do? The enemy has air superiority right now, so
So are you saying if Germany had just captured Stonehenge, they would have like invaded Britain?
yes. They made giant
Dang,
rail guns
Germany.
back in WW2. Yeah.
I'm just saying, this game proves that Germany could have won if they had actually invaded Stonehenge or taken Stonehenge. Okay, yeah, I can see all that.
You see that part where it says North Point?
Radar network.
That's
Yep.
the only, like, allied part of the continent we have right now. Everything else is Erusia.
Hot dang.
They pushed us all the way to this tiny island. We're literally Great Britain during the Blitz right now.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, Great Britain, relative to the size of the rest of like Europe and stuff, that was under
but
German
still,
control.
like, the way they got pushed back from
was
Dunkirk.
bigger than this.
though.
Like we had nothing.
Yeah. So basically, they're bombing us, and this is like the only airfield we have right now. That's like an operational airfield around this continent that isn't enemy controlled. So like, this is your first mission: defend the fucking airfield, or we're going to perish. But yeah, we start out with the Phantom. I love the Phantom though.
All right.
Great aircraft in my opinion, in terms of historical value, and Phantom in Vietnam in the 80s. So, fun fact: the last Phantom squadron to ever like still be in service just got decommissioned in like I think 2020 or in 2022 in Japan. They were the last country to like actually finally decommission a squadron of Phantoms, which just blows my mind because of how old this aircraft is. Like, God.
I mean,
It's a good, reliable aircraft, though. Like, you can never go
I
wrong
think
with
it's
it.
good.
Yeah, we get the F4 Phantom, though. I love this plane. It's a great plane. Unfortunately, this is a special weapon. So, you start out with standard. Every aircraft in this game has standard missiles, which are the ones that lock on and everything, and they can be used for ground attack or fighting against planes. And of course, you have your machine gun, which can be used, well, against planes or ground attack. They're really ineffective when shooting against planes because it's really hard to shoot planes with machine guns in this game, or at least for me. Then again, this is PS2 controls, so they're very sensitive and kind of wonky at times. And then special weapon, which is what I just selected, you can they're mostly either bombs or they're specific missiles that are like, there's special missiles that have like, where you can multi-lock on multiple targets and then fire like 4 missiles on 4 targets kind of thing, which is really cool, honestly.
Oh, yeah?
And then you have special bombs like this, where it's an unguided bomb, medium. They're small ones, which do fucking jack shit because their splash radius is super small and they're only good for like single targets. Medium bombs are pretty good because they have a big enough splash radius to knock out at least like 2 enemies or 3 enemies if they're really bunched up on the little spot you're bombing. They don't have a lock on, of course, because you have to manually just eyeball it or whatever. But it's pretty easy to do in this game. And then the other weapon that this Phantom gets, of course, is the most Vietnam thing ever. It gets napalm bombs.
Yeah, I was about to say napalm.
Yeah, it's
I
so
didn't
bad
have
in this
to-
game, though. It's so bad in this
Aw.
game. I wish it was better, but it makes sense, though, because it's napalm. So it's like, most of the ground targets in this game are kind of just fire retardant in general or whatever. So
I say napalm was just bad.
yeah,
like,
it's
cool.
bad against it's
cool,
good against soft
but-
targets, like, but in a modern
Oh,
warfare,
yeah.
it's kind of just yeah,
So yeah, it was good against soft targets, unfortunately.
very effective if your house was made of straw. But
I
here we
was referring to
go.
the people.
Mission 1. Oh yeah, this intro cutscene is dope. I love it. Of course, this is I think this was the carrier version of the Phantom, so it makes we get style
Hey yo,
points for
what
this shit.
aircraft carrier?
Yeah, I know, right?
I was actually
The
going- I
Navy
was actually
representation,
going on this.
baby.
Navy represent.
Navy whoop whoop. It's so fucking cool for a 2001
zooming, baby.
cutscene, man. So fucking cool. They've kept this formula ever since this game. Well, this isn't the first game, of course, but this was like the game that established like the standard formula.
All right, here we go.
Yep, we are Mobius 1. And of course the controls are very simple, but of course the plane we are driving is very stiff because this is the starting plane, so we're not going to be as maneuverable as like the later planes. The later planes are really fucking broken at times. Like the F-22 is such a good plane later on, and the other planes that are with it. Most of the planes though that are in this game are real planes though that were developed, so
I was gonna say it also makes sense from like the story point that we're pushed back to the brink. We wouldn't necessarily have good weapons, good planes.
Yeah, exactly, or good planes either. At least we have planes, and that's a really old aircraft too, a Tu-95. That's a, if I recall, I think that's a propeller plane from Russia. I want to say.
Watch out for sharks. Oh god, I can't swim that well anyway.
All right, missile lock.
Oh god.
Oh wait.
You know, I feel like if it was more realistic, the shrapnel from that plane would have just destroyed us.
I think in a later game they actually did add that, where
no. Cool.
Actually, I think in this game and then later in the game, you can still crash into like the carcass of the bombers and you can die like that. It's fucking annoying at times because it's like, oh, they'll slow down and then you shoot them out of the sky and their unregistered target just flies at you and you die instantly because you crashed. And I'm like, that's fucking lame. Another cool thing is that you can follow the missile in this game with this camera.
Oh my god, missile track.
That's another cool thing about that they added in this game. That, and I love the soundtrack of this. Just fucking awesome. Look at that. You hear that guitar? That's the coolest shit ever.
I hear a guitar. Wait.
Okay.
I know they attacked. Oh no. I'm up there.
Oh, I think we got some fighters. Hold up. Yep. What's that, a MiG? Oh, it's the fish bay, or fish bed. Freaking MiG-21. Yay. Oh god. Can you turn plane?
Oh god.
I would play in first person, but that is so disorienting for me. Because,
I was gonna say, there's no way.
Yeah, like, look at this shit. There's so much shit on the screen.
Oh god.
I mean, it's cool though because they, you know, made like the pilot seat and everything in the cockpit. But it's like,
yeah, it's like that's just how it would be.
That's a really good detail for a 2001 game. Like,
right?
It's so good.
I couldn't do this.
But yeah, no, we're going to third person. Sorry for everybody else who plays this game first person view, but I'm just not one of those guys.
Yeah. Fun fact: if you have a co-pilot, this is what the actual flying looks like. You see in third person.
Actually, they do actually have the co-pilot modeled right there.
Yeah, I know.
Which is awesome.
I'm waving, can you tell?
That's one thing about the Phantom, yeah.
Cheers.
This is Alan Fort. Got visual on the downed bombers. Whose kill was that?
Yeah.
Be sure to thank him.
That was me, Mimi. That was me and Hero.
Yeah, I did it.
But mostly me.
Hey, I remember I counted the missiles before. If I didn't count the missiles, you would have not gotten that kill.
This is true.
One short.
This is the replay system they have if you ever wanted to view your replay of the mission, which is kind of a cool feature, but I just mostly skip it because I already know how this shit goes. This is another cool thing. This arrow is you during the entire level. It even shows your movements and kills and everything, which is a cool.
Why don't games like do that anymore?
I don't know.
I
games don't do this shit anymore, and I hate it. Like, look, there's my movement. First plane down. Bam. Look at that fur ball. Look at that shit.
Yeah, it's like, that's cool.
Bam. Bam. Yeah,
that's
like
art, dude. That's like art. That's cool.
I love it. This is another thing they did in this game. I think they started this game with this. Well, I could be wrong. The 3 other games could have done this, but I think this is the game that started this little loading screen or progress thing or whatever at the end of the mission. And I also love the music during this segment because it's like, oh, it's pretty chill and stuff. The music in general in this game, I love to bits. It's super smooth and shit. It's so early 2000s in terms of sound design, and I love it sometimes. I think we got another cutscene.
Early 2K.
The war seemed to unfold in the blink of an eye. I don't remember exactly when the forces from the west occupied my town.
Actually has like a French-esque name, so this is kind of based on, or
waiting for Yellow
based on Europe, this continent, kind of.
I mean, yeah, I would agree. Because
got some French architecture, I would say.
Ain't no way they're pushing America to the brink.
Or the Allied forces, pretty much.
Before I knew it, everything changed.
Yeah, but I mean, just like World War II, they got pushed to the brink. We weren't a part of it.
Friendly local
we were.
It was over.
And was
it was over.
In the beginning,
But this is like
some people secretly
I want to
tuned
say
into
the
broadcast
developers
from North Point on their parabolic
strongly
antennas.
like base this on like the French or the
But
German
as time
occupation of
passed,
France by a lot because of
broadcast no
how the
longer came
situation
in.
is. Because this story
Maybe
is from the
satellites
eyes
were
of this
destroyed.
this boy, the
All
storyteller,
non-military computer
and
networks were
his
shut down.
experience of his
Gasoline was
his
rationed
house
to
or his
civilians.
home or hometown and ever just being occupied by the enemy forces
Though we
and
lived
such.
in the 21st century, we were reduced to using crystal radios and
Yeah,
horse-drawn carts.
just like France, they were reduced to using basic stuff because Germany
I
did
moved
the
in with
same
my
shit
uncle
as
in
what
town,
Arugio is
who
doing
used
in
to be
this.
a taxi driver. Out of gasoline and out of work, my uncle did nothing but to drown himself in drink.
Oh, that's lovely. Gotta love that.
I earned my keep by playing the harmonica in the town bar. The one thing I was good at.
Wait, you can be useful with a harmonica?
Yeah, you get Bunny.
I
Oh,
played
this
for
song
sullen
that he's
occupation
playing?
soldiers in exchange
In the
for their
soundtrack, it's
charity
called
on loose
Zigzag,
change,
and I love it.
and used the money to support my uncle and myself.
Good little just hearing it by
My uncle
itself is
trash-talked
really
the barkeep
weird
who
when you
catered
just
to the
don't
enemy
hear it from this
soldiers.
cutscene, but just listening
But
by
he
itself,
never
it's like,
refused
yeah,
the
I
money
kind of
I
like the
brought
whole
home.
song. It's pretty nice.
As for myself, I had a crush on the barkeep's only daughter, who was a little older than me.
Oh, yeah, she's older. Hot damn.
Oh, darn.
Look at this kid go.
Another day passed,
What a giga
yet
Chad.
still no sign
What a
of the
Chad,
fighter
yeah, he
plane Yellow
knows.
13 in the skies above our town.
But Yellow 13 is the pilot that shot down the plane that crashed into his family's house, pretty much.
Duh.
Oh yeah, don't mind any of these saves. These are from like earlier playthroughs I did just to test the game and such. And this is a 100% clear, where I S-ranked all the missions on normal, which is not that hard, but it's very tedious on some of them. But we're just gonna override this one. Yeah, File 3. Gotta remember it's File 3 because I don't want to get rid of the 100% one because that's an achievement right there.
I say PS2 problems where you have like all your files like with memories and everything.
And I
you
mean,
wanna
I
play
have a
again,
good
you're
memory
like,
card on this.
no, yeah, but
so,
like
yeah.
you're like, oh god, I don't want to erase one of these. No.
See, that's one thing I hate
The enemy
about
airbase is located in
It's
close
one thing I hate about some of the
proximity
Nintendo titles that are now doing it. They don't allow like
from a large
multiple
illusion
game
bar.
save files on certain like newer Nintendo games. It's really weird. I don't know why they are doing that shit.
Forces at North Point is imminent. Your mission is to catch these bombers on the ground.
Oh, this is the
Destroy them.
retaliation mission. Now we get to bomb them. Yay!
Yes.
Since that first mission was really short, we're just gonna do this mission because it's like super quick and such. So I think
Hell yeah, brother.
yeah, for this first recording, we're gonna do 2 missions because, like I said, first mission super short. So I just wish the napalm bombs were a little bit better, just for like cheesy doodles strats, but they're so bad in this game.
Yeah, someone's beating the entire game with napalm bombs.
Someone's done a napalm run. I feel bad for them because that's torture.
Take them all out.
All right. Another cool thing though, in this, well, you can follow this power line. And it gives you kind of like a tutorial of how to drop the. Oh god, I gotta slow down. Ooh, there we go. It gives you kind of a tutorial if you're using first-person view, which you can actually look around a little bit. But they give you like a height, like a clearance height of, oh, you should be this high from the ground if you want to bomb or whatever kind of thing. But since we're in third person, it doesn't really matter. But I do like that they do that. Some game developers do that kind of touch in their older games once in a while. All right, that one's down. Okay. Ooh, F5s. Okay.
Dang it, they have money.
They have money.
Yeah.
I mean, they were fighting with MiG-21s, which is weird because that aircraft I don't think is in this game. You can't play it, even though it's an enemy fighter that's so early in the game. Like I think it's like one of the only early planes you don't get in this one. In Ace Combat 5, though, you can play that plane, and it's fucking awful. It's so bad. The F4 effectively is a better plane in that game, actually. Oh.
American technology superior.
Yeah, it's so weird. do like about this game is like they put a lot of animation on the jet thrusters, so it's like, and what's another thing is this game is also button sensitive, as in pressure sensitive, which is really weird for an old PS2 game to have pressure sensitive buttons.
Yeah, I was like,
That's like
when I played
unheard
my
of half the
racing
time.
games-
Oh shit.
I said when I put my racing games back
Oh,
in
yeah.
the it's like, if I hold the X down harder, I'll go faster.
Yeah, no. Not in some of the old racing games. But in this game, though,
Right.
if you actually hold down the thrust button, you get a little bit more oomph. Because it's like, you're actually like, what's the word? It's like it's the pilot's actually putting more thrust into the engines by doing that. Same thing with the flaps. The flaps are the L2 and R2 buttons, and it's also pressure sensitive as well, which is kind of not. Hey, stop shooting me, little bitch. I mean, I only took like 6% damage, so I'm fine. Alright. There we go. I think those ground target, like, bombers, I think only take one missile. I could be wrong, though. It's weird. I don't get it. It's like, oh, they only take 2 missiles while in the air, but 1 missile when they're on the ground. It's like, oh, yeah, they only... Okay.
Man.
Oh, my God. Okay. You gotta stop doing that in this early play.
I was like, geez, don't freaking...
Don't crash.
Oh. Don't pancake us into the ground.
I've done that when I first started trying to play this again. I was like, oh god, I'm not used to the PlayStation 2 sensitivity on these planes. It's like, oh god. But otherwise, when you get used to it, it's pretty smooth control. Oh, that was just a flop on that missile bit. Whoops. Whoops. Hey, wait a minute. You're not allowed to be in my airspace. Get out of here. Yeah. The missiles are really powerful in this game, the standard missiles, because they actually have like a stupidly good tracking system. I mean, yes, if the plane or the enemy plane does like a really sharp turn, yes, the missiles are going to miss. But if they don't turn like even slightly, the tracking on these standard missiles is like really strong. In later games, they've nerfed it significantly because they were just testing out this system on this game, of course, so... That and also the engine they were using. And also another cool thing
He's
is,
behind me.
yeah, another cool thing is you can actually hear enemy chatter, which is kind of cool, honestly, because, you know, most other flight sims, it's like, or flight arcades, they're like, yeah, you don't really hear the enemy in the older ones, but this game was just like, nope, you get to hear them now. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Oh my god, it's the white one.
But I think chronologically, or I could be, lore-wise, I think Mobius 1, which is the pilot we play as, I think he is straight up just a Navy pilot. Like, he starts out as like a Navy pilot, I think, straight up. Because, of course, we, you know, fly off a carrier, and Navy pilots are strictly trained on how to fly off a carrier, which is actually really hard to do. Flying and like, landing in general on carriers is tough.
So you think this game got some inspiration from Top Gun?
Oh yeah, well yeah, the whole series did. Very definitely. Like, I want to say, because the second game straight up feels like you're playing Top Gun with like the music that plays in the background. Unfortunately, I wish I could play the second game, but it's on it's a PS1 game and it's really hard to get half the time. But I heard it's really dope though, and the soundtrack in that game is awesome. But yeah, we did pretty good on that mission. It isn't too crazy yet. Some of the later missions, the map is so big, you run out of bombs and shit like really quickly, and you have to go back to like the return line. You got to manage your time and everything. S ranking, like some of these missions, if I recall, was really hard at first. Because it's like, oh god, I gotta get used to the layout of the map and then some other factors. But once I got into the flow of it, I was like, yeah, I can do this. This ain't too bad. And of course, when you get the later planes, yeah. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
No, it's funny watching our arrow versus everything else. It's just how much more we're moving.
Just.
Everyone else just like casually on a Sunday flight, and we're like,
One night,
leaning left and right, going up and down.
chased out the sullen army grinder. once and commandeered the place. Even I knew who they were. The patch on their sleeve was the mark of the proud Air Force. A loud-mouthed, middle-aged man went around, announcing each pilot's results for the day and his running kill record. For those who exceeded 5 kills, a thorough toasting
Well, yeah, 5
and
kills means
soaking
0
followed.
days.
Yeah.
I believe it was their custom to call a pilot an ace
Oh, well, I think we
once
just
he
beat him to the
shot down
punch. I forgot
5
about that.
planes.
Oh, okay, good.
After completing the day's review, the same guy, the squadron adjutant, went on to announce, "And now, for our leader's results."
Oh, yeah, this number
Everyone
kills me.
turned around to look at
It's
the quiet
actually,
man
like,
who sat alone.
insane how many
strumming a
kills he
guitar.
got in a day.
I found myself drawn to the music from his guitar. Our Yellow 13 bagged 3 more today, bringing his new tally up to 64 kills.
64 kills throughout the extent of the war at this point is insane.
With a tentative smile, the man with the guitar turned to me and asked me
Because
to
this war
accompany
hasn't
him on the
actually
harmonica.
been, like, going on for too long at this point. So, like, that's
I
insane.
brought it up to my lips and I started a new song. I had finally found him.
Oh gosh, is he gonna kill
By
him?
some fluke, it was my father's favorite song.
But, this part is
The one he
conflicting,
used to
though.
play at the end of each
Because he's
day.
actually playing his dad's favorite song, so it's like, oh shit, what do I do now kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, that'd be weird if like your own nation's plane is the reason you're an orphan.
Yeah, like straight up, well, technically
Unless
Arusia is its own little nation that's in the top left of the map. And then the rest of it is, it's Usia? Not Osia. I can't remember. Somebody in the comments will say it or something. It's been a while. The names are kind of confusing, but at least in like Ace Combat 5, the names of the nations is a lot easier to know. But I think we should stop it here, though. This is pretty good recording so far.
all right.
I think we'll get better on with, like, dialogue and such, and then, not talking too much over the cutscenes. But, I mean, it's good to talk over the cutscenes sometimes for a little bit of the details. But I like the story in this game, though, because it's a very, like, the way they tell it through, like, this child's eyes and such. Because technically the story is also being told through Mobius, because you're playing through his point of view through the story and such as well, which is another nice tidbit. They don't, the writing in this game is just so good. I just wish games would do this kind of shit most of the time now, but they don't. So yeah.
Yeah, the way I thought it was gonna go, I thought it was gonna be this kid, is orphaned
Mhm.
by a plane being shot down, but then like it's gonna be like fast forward, now he's the pilot. That's
Yeah,
what I was
a
thinking it was
lot of
gonna
people
be.
get that confused, but no, it's Mobius 1 is not the kid, actually. They are two separate entities, because Mobius 1, he is his own entity during this timeline of the kid telling the story. So yeah, they're two separate things. A lot of people, I thought that was the same way when I first played this game, but like when I started playing it again, I was like, oh, they're two separate things. But anyway, that's going to be the first episode of Let's Play. I'm Admiral Bismarck, and this is Hero, or
You'll
my
see hero.
co-pilot Hero here, and we'll
Yeah,
catch you
bye.
next time on the next mission of Ace Combat 4, Shattered Skies.